Hi and welcome to the 3 Cups Full blog. I'm Sharanya Naidu, I'm a life coach, and at this blog we talk about how to live with our 3 cups full. And those cups are the love cup, the acceptance cup, and the respect cup. We also talk about how to follow our inner voice so that we can live and explore the path of our soul that unfolds before us step by step, rather than trying to plan every detail and micromanage our lives by living from our mind. So this week, the question that came up recently along the themes of 2018 planning and dreams and goals and visions was, I'm confused about my next step. So I've got a vision, but I don't know what to do next. I'm confused about my next step. What do I do? So there's several things that you can do in that situation, but I'm just going to focus on one. And confusion is trumped with clarity. So clarity is what you want when you're swimming in confusion and you're overwhelmed. And so your beacon of hope is some sort of clarity. What I do when I'm in this situation and there's too many options and it's overwhelming is I get it out of my head, because if I do that, it feels like I'm no longer swimming in it. So I get a massive piece of paper, big blank, as big as I can find, sometimes like an A3 size piece of paper, and I just write everything that I could do. And I just get it down on the piece of paper. That way it's out of your head and you don't have to keep remembering that that's an option. You've got it in front of you. When it's in front of you, it's a bit less overwhelming because you've got choices now. And that's what you need to remember when you're feeling confused. At its worst, confusion can help you feel, can make you feel powerless. And powerless means I have no choices. I have no choice. But when you come back out of confusion and you're trying to claw your way back to clarity, you've got all of these choices in front of you, you feel a little bit more empowered, because then the onus is on you to then choose the path before you. So instead of waiting for guidance and waiting for any perfect answer, my go-to quote is, any decision is better than no decision. Any decision is better than no decision. And when I live my life thinking there are no right and wrong decisions, it just takes the pressure up, having to get it right. It's that little perfectionist, I think, that kind of occurs in all of us to some degree. We've all got that feeling of, we're scared to make a mistake. We're scared to go on the wrong path. We're scared to do the wrong thing. And so when you just notice that that's there and go, okay, well, that's just my little perfectionist talking, that I'm scared to make the wrong decision. So therefore, I'm just going to sit on my hands and just wait till the perfect right decision presents itself to me. You can let it go. You can then say, all right, whichever decision I choose, I'm going to make it the right decision. And when you act, remember that I have a picture of this big boulder moving along a path, a big boulder. So it's not a hill, but it's just a flat path and it's a big boulder. The hardest part is getting that thing moving. The hardest part is getting started. But once it's moving and once it's rolling, it's much easier to change direction. It's so much easier to change direction. So making a decision, any decision is better than no decision, really calls out to that boulder, which means I can change direction, but I can't get anywhere if I don't get started. And so when you've got that piece of paper in front of you and you've got all your decisions or all your options listed, pick the one that's calling out to you, pick the one that feels right now, and just dive in, go for it, start. Any decision is better than no decision. Quick story about when I was changing careers from physio to life coaching. It's very easy to say that now because the clarity is so prominent in my mind, but I didn't have that clarity when I was a physiotherapist, and all I knew was that physio was not for me. I didn't know what direction I needed to go in. I didn't know what my life purpose was. And I had just watched The Secret and I was thinking, oh gosh, I need to know what I want and then I'm going to create it. But I don't have any clue what I want. So how do I create anything? And I waited 2 years for the universe to tell me what my path was. 2 years to get the information of, this is your life purpose. And I would have waited another 2 or 3 years if at some point I didn't get sick of waiting. And the smallest little quote helped me, which was, go in the direction of what excites you. Just go in the direction of what excites you. And let that be the next step. So if you don't need to see the whole staircase in front of you, like Martin Luther King Jr. says, just go to the next step. pick what's in front of you, pick what excites you the most, like what actually makes you feel excited when you're looking at that piece of paper, and just jump, just go, dive in, start. That's how you choose your next step. If you can't quite hear the clarity that comes from your inner voice, then make a decision with your mind, which is a sharp tool, of, well, this is what feels good, this is what excites me, this makes sense, this is the one I'm going to choose, and make it the right choice. Know that you can always change direction once you get started, but you could end up like me, which I hope you don't. Learn from my mistake. Don't sit on your hands for 2 years waiting for the right choice to present itself to you, because that's 2 years of just procrastination, of just waiting. No action, no momentum, no joy. It would have been much quicker if I just moved in the direction of stuff that excited me, and sooner or later I am doing exactly what I love doing, which is life coaching and speaking and storytelling. That's what I'm born to do. It took me a little while to get here, but if I had known this at the time, I would have just understood that any decision is better than no decision. So I hope that helped. That's all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the blog at 3cupsfull.com.au. It'll be wonderful to have you part of the 3 Cups Full community if you're not already. And if you found this video helpful, definitely share it with a friend that it might help. We have all been in the situation where we're lacking clarity and we don't know what to do as a next step. And this just might be the thing that helps them. So that's all for this week. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.
Dun 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 dun.